When was it? When did I do it? I made a video, no, I think it was the day before yesterday. And I think it took all night for the video to render. So I just posted it the day before. I'm getting myself confused. I think it was the day before. Anyway, we're here now anyway, so let's just get this one done. So today's topic is the discussion about YouTube. My thoughts, my comments. I have a little list, and my spectacles as well, just so I can read it. Because there's been a lot of changes recently in regards to monetization, the platform, the community, the guidelines. I'm quite sure, you know, if you are a regular YouTuber, you're aware of this. I got an email, because I've got like a defunct account that I hardly ever use. I think I've got one video on there. And I got an email a few weeks ago saying, you need over 1,000 subscribers, you need 4,000 hours of watch time, therefore we're demonetizing your account. And I was like hitting panic stations thinking, you know, is my channel getting shut down here, considering that I'm like I'm one of the original people. I've had my channel open since I think 2007, 2008. It was literally like at the start of YouTube. I was like one of the first people to actually get on there and start posting. And there's been a lot of changes over the years. So these just, whatever I say right now, it's just my own opinion. You know, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm not here to promote anyone. I'm not here to talk negativity about YouTube or anything like that. I think it's a great platform. I think it's a great way of people being able to share their views, converse, engage with the world, with the audience, you know, and I think that's what YouTube has great value, you know, when it comes to actually being able to communicate that way. You know, when I look at the alternative methods of communications these days, like social network, you've got Instagram, you've got your Facebook, there's all these different ones. But YouTube's different in the sense where it's like the first one that openly started doing videos and allowing people to broadcast in that way. Are you being broadcast right now? Yes, you are. Say hello. 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 So anyway, I'm just going to crack on with the list because I don't want to make this video too long. So what I've got on here, my history. I'm not sure if you're aware, but my channel's split into like 2 sections. I've obviously got my vlogs, my daily chats, you know, my personal life that I do share to a certain degree on YouTube. And then I've also got like a separate section which was like when I first started broadcasting and posting. And that was more like when I was doing like cover songs, parodies and stuff like that. That's how I originally started out on YouTube. And over my history, I think I've accumulated over something like close to 5 million views, with just over 300 subscribers. Now, most of you are probably scratching your head thinking, hang on, he's only got 300 subscribers. He might have been there since day one, but how has the guy got 5 million views? Well, go and watch some of my cover songs and you'll realise that I used to cover a very, very talented singer who happened to pass away in 2012. And I used to cover a lot of her songs. And when she died, obviously my view rate went straight up. But at the time I wasn't monetized. Prior to that, I got the email about monetization. And I didn't really believe it or understand it. I thought it was fakery. I thought it was trickery. I thought it's a scam. I thought, on the flip side of the coin, well, I might have to be like one of those major YouTubers in order to start earning any money. But I found out after the fact, once I set up my monetization, that actually you do just earn money just by posting a video. Hence the reason why I've made a lot more investment in it since then. And it's not for the money, you know, it's for me personally, it's more, I use it as a platform to express myself, it's a form of therapy, being able to talk, being able to share my views, being able to engage with people, being able to get their thoughts, their views on certain topics that I do talk about. And for me, that's how I feel YouTube works best for me. For other people, it works best with like gaming, beauty, all of the different subcategories, you know. I think there's a bit of everything for everyone. It is what you make it. So yeah, my history does go back to like the start, the birthdays of YouTube, but I'm still here. I'm still here, baby. So yeah, what else? I think I've covered all of that. So yeah, the bandwagon. Let's talk about the bandwagon for a bit. What is the bandwagon? What I tend to see a lot of the time is the same. It's like copycat, you know. I think in like there's no real trendsetters. I think the only real trendsetters out there are the YouTubers that are really making a great success of themselves, because they're not following a trend, they're creating a trend. But all I see is a lot of people jumping on their bandwagon and trying to get their views and trying to imitate their channel and just literally just carbon copy their whole basically they've got no originality, you know. If it was like university, if it was academia, you know, you'd be done for plagiarism, you know, because you're not allowed to copy somebody else's work. And that's what I see a lot of people doing. Challenge this, challenge that, prank this, prank that. You know, there's all of the different things and that people do. But a lot of it is just copy, 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 and there's no originality. And I think people like PewDiePie, Casey, Neistat, however you want to pronounce it, all of the major YouTubers, they all try and strive, because I watched a PewDiePie video the other day, and he was talking about, you know, is YouTube an actual job? And his conclusion was, well, no, it's not, you know, and that guy earns so much money from YouTube, it's untrue. Yet he's saying that it's not a job for him. So I do respect his views, and I think that's what's actually led me to respond to his video and make this one, because is YouTube a job? Is it? For me, personally, I believe it's more of a hobby. There's some YouTubers out there that make YouTube their job. You know, I see a lot of stuff in the press, the mainstream press, about fake news. That seems to be like the topic of 2017 to 2018, this whole fake news thing. And I think a lot of it is to do with, you know, false information being broadcast, and inaccuracies, you know. But it shouldn't actually stop people from being able to express themselves, and the value of freedom to express. And I think YouTube is a great platform and for people to do that, you know. When it comes to social media, come on, let's get real here, people. You know, you've either got maybe 50 plus people that you do know, and then you might have 1,000 or 2,000 people that you'd never even seen in your life, you know, in your social media feed. You know, and you've got no connection with those people. It's the same with me and my YouTube, you know. For me personally, I choose to talk about a lot of topics and cover a lot of stuff on YouTube that I wouldn't necessarily post on my social media, because I know that I'm going to get a biased opinion, I'm going to get a biased reaction from like my friends and my family, and the people that I do know, they're all just going positive, 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 oh that's great, that was great, that was great, whereas actually I want some valuable feedback about what I've posted, or some constructive criticism even. I like to hear, you know, people's opinions from every single angle. So for me, YouTube works best in that way, because I can share my thoughts to a bigger demographic, to a larger audience, and being able to engage that way. So I actually do get to hear and see exactly what the overall opinion is of a collection of different people, you know, who I might not know. So for me, I just feel that works best for me. For other people, it might not work. You've got to blend into what works best for you. What else have I got on here? Sorry, the light is so bright I can't even read. Channel. Oh, naming and shaming. Oh yeah, that's another one. Naming and shaming. There was one which I watched the other day where I don't, one of the Logans, I'm not sure which one, but I don't want to get sued. That's another topic I'm going to get into in just a moment, but I'm not going to be mentioning or dropping names for the sake of promoting or being done for defamation of character in regards to any other person, because I do believe that everyone's got their own right to express themselves, whether it's for the right or the wrong. But saying that, you know, I did see, I think we're all aware of this, that there was this one YouTuber who decided to go to a suicide forest in Japan and start filming dead bodies and then post it on YouTube with a disclaimer and saying he wasn't monetizing it, and that was okay to do that, you know, because he'd followed the rules, when actually your moral rules in your heart and in your soul basically should be telling you that that is not something that you should do. It's really, really disrespectful to the dead. And being able to, I don't know, just create attention. It's that whole, it's the selfie, egotistical, me. It's all about me. It's that mentality that's actually driving these people to do more extreme activities just for the sheer sake of getting views. Okay, the guy's got, I don't know, so many billions of views per month. I think he earns like $4 million a month or something just off his YouTube channel. It's like, when you're earning that type of money, why do you feel the need to go and take yourself to a suicide forest to film dead bodies just to get more money? So when they talk about channel naming and shaming, what I see is a lot of people saying, well, casting judgment. Obviously the guy was wrong, you know, even I'm expressing my opinion right now about that particular guy and his channel. But it's very, very, very commonplace, you know. I think you've got a channel, Drama, Elation, or something like that. I can't remember the name of the channel. But there's these designated channels that are set up to literally criticise other YouTubers. There's channels out there set up purposefully to do that. That's their missionary statement. And I think there's just a habit and a culture of people just being able to criticise other people whilst they've got no original content of their own. And saying that, even though that guy who did do the horror video in the forest, even though he didn't monetize his video, you get other people making response videos to that and then monetizing it themselves. So they're leeching off the blood of the dead by actually monetizing that type of content themselves, and it's just, for me, I just don't think it's a very moral thing to do. So yeah, what else have I got on here? Monetisation. I'm not sure, I'm just going to sum it up in a nutshell. You get paid pittance, like literally zero, if you're a small YouTuber. The only people that actually make any money off it are the big guys. You know, it takes hours and hours and hours of dedication, commitment, originality, inspiration, being able to engage with your audience and provide new content that's going to retain that audience. It takes a lot to get to where these people have got to. So all the praises to them. Give yourself a pat on the back. You know, you've made a success out of yourself, but don't let it get to your head. You know, don't allow your own ego to kill you. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, you should use it how you want to use it without causing offence to people, and I think that's what the guidelines are there for. So when it comes to like monetisation, I think a lot of YouTubers feel that, especially like the mid branch of people, you know, they're not a small channel, they're not a huge channel, but they're just like in the middle. They get in there, they're building up their views, they're building up their subscriber base, they're building up their audience, and they're the ones that should be in my opinion, should be more rewarded than those people that have already made the success out of themselves. There should be a cap or a level that says if you get to this amount of views, then this is going to be your monthly income. Yeah. Whereas that gives a greater incentive for those people, the small channels, the mediocre channels that are striving to achieve something, gives them an equal chance to understand exactly what my income would be if I get this amount of views, or if I monetize this amount of content, how much can I expect to receive? So I think, in my opinion, that would be a lot fairer way of distributing like the ad revenue, because for every video that is played on YouTube where there's an advert played beforehand, the content creator does get money for that, and it's a very, very, very small percentage. You've got to get something like, I think, 10 million views to get like £1,000. Is it 10 million? I think it's 1 million views for every £1,000 or dollars, because it is calculated in dollars. I don't know the actual statistics. Go and watch a YouTube video that will tell you exactly what the earning stats are, because I can't really work out the CPM and this, that and the other. Obviously I do check my own analytics, but because I don't earn that much, I'm not really sure of the true value of it. I've not yet received a payment off YouTube because I've not hit a certain... You've got to earn a certain amount before you get your first payment, and even then, it's all got to be linked to AdSense, your Google Plus account. It's very, very complicated, but easy at the same time if you know what you're doing. For me, because I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just making my videos as I feel fit. I'm not doing it for the monetization. A lot of my cover videos are not monetized because of copyright infringement, which is fine. That's just my method of expressing myself. Some people hate them, some people love them. I've only got 300 subscribers, but I've met one person about, wow, how have you managed to get 300 subscribers? And I think it's just, people will just subscribe to your channel if they want to. If they don't want to, they don't want to. If they want to click that button, they will. So you don't have to, this is another one. Oh, guys, your free voucher, this enticement, you've just got to click like and subscribe and comment to be able to get this. And so it's an incentive for the audience, but I see so many YouTubers doing it. It's like, just make a video, just make a video without having to put up all of the extras and the extra incentives, just to try and retain your audience with coupon vouchers. If your video is that good, people will click subscribe to it because they want to see you and they want to see your content or what you're broadcasting. That's the true value, not because they're going to get a free coupon or a voucher out of it. Because they'll probably click the subscribe button just to get the voucher. As soon as they've got the voucher or the coupon, they'll unsubscribe, because they're not interested in your content, they're just interested in the coupon. So that's another thing that I see happening all the time. What else I've got on here? Trends. Yeah, trends. From my perspective, and this is literally just my opinion, I think a lot of YouTubers just must go into the trend section and think, okay, what's trending now? We need to get some views. What's trending now? And then use the trending section to make content about what somebody else has already made, just so that they can get more views. Same again, that breeds into the whole bandwagon thing, jumping on the bandwagon instead of creating your own original content. Come on, guys. Is it a job? Well, PewDiePie said it quite clearly the other day that he, in his opinion, and this guy, I don't know how much money he makes, but it's a lot of money. He was saying that he doesn't think it is a job, and for me, I don't think it's a job. I think it's a hobby. It's something that it's a creative format. It's a video format. It's something that people can watch if they want to. It's an alternative means of media. That's what it is, and people can choose to watch your videos, but people can choose not to watch your videos. If they want to, they can. If they don't want to, they don't have to. No one's forcing them to. No one's forcing a YouTuber to make a YouTube video. when you see these successful ones saying, oh my God, I've got to make another YouTube video every day just to create more content and more content. Well, that's great, because you do need to do that to retain your audience retention. But you also need to think about, and this is something that he was talking about, it's about your own social activities, engaging with real people, you know, getting out, getting fresh air, getting exercise, having a life basically away from YouTube. And some people just incorporate YouTube into their life that much that it's really just not fulfilling. And that's what he was saying. It doesn't feel fulfilling, even though he's getting all of that money a month. You know, so moral of the compass and of the story is that money doesn't equal happiness. I think you should enjoy what you do for the sake of doing it, and only do it if you want to. What else I've got? Jesus Christ, this list is so small. Why have I put my handwriting this? Look, let me show you the list. Let me show you. I'm not sure if you can see that because there's writing on the back of it as well, but wow, tiny, tiny handwriting. And in such bright light. Come on, Byron. And this is why I could do with one of them, you know, one of them teleprompters where I can just read it. Or an actual... I don't want to script my stuff though, do you know what I mean? Don't want it to be prepared. I like to communicate on the spot and say what I'm thinking there and then, instead of it all being pre-planned and scripted. That's what television is. If I want to watch a script, I'll go to the television, I'll turn it on, and I'll watch a programme. Be it the news, be it a comedy, be it BBC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 150,000. They're all it's all scripted content. Whereas I just like to do stuff off the cuff, my own intuition, and just say what I feel at that moment in time. What I say right now might not be exactly the way I feel tomorrow. You know, opinions do change. But if you've scripted something, it's very hard to change your view on something that you might have previously broadcast, because people think, well, hang on, that was your direction in the programme that we just watched, whereas in season 2, you're actually contradicting yourself. But people are allowed to contradict themselves once they've learned new stuff, or educated themselves, or researched about the topic that they were talking about and found out there was follow-up information. So things do change. And that's another great thing about YouTube. It does allow you to express yourself, correct yourself, amend yourself, be able to challenge what other people's opinions are of you, and the content that you provide. Whereas with television and the standard broadcasting platforms, they don't really allow that freedom to do that. It's very boxed in, it's very introverted. So what else have I got? Come on, Byron, this list. I really can't see it. Let me take my glasses off and then I might be able to actually see it. Maybe it's the glare. So is it a job? Yeah, I've covered that. In my opinion, it's not. It is if you make it. Oh, suing each other. Yeah, the suing stuff. This is another one. If you say something about somebody else, especially like those larger YouTubers, if you start talking about somebody else without it being sponsored or a collab, they start suing each other because they know that they've got the money to do it, you know. Fine, if you want to do that, go ahead, be my guest, you know, you're more than welcome to. But I think that type of activity, especially when it comes to mainstreamers, it sort of like takes away the value of freedom of expression. It takes away it creates fear for like a small channel like mine, or you know, you might just be starting off doing vlogging, you might be starting off doing gaming, and then you're very conscious about, you know, what you can say, what you can't say, can you do, what can't you do, because for the sheer sake that you might get sued, you know. And if you do get sued, you know, can you afford a lawyer? Can you afford a solicitor? Can you afford a barrister to represent you in court? Because no, I can't. So that's why some channels, you know, get closed down, you know, for some of the stuff that they do say. which is only right, especially if there's any guilt implied or if there's any liability involved. You know, some people do have genuine cases where that might need to be done. But same again for me, just as an observation, I just think it's like a current trend. I'll just sue you, you know. But I think a lot of Americans, especially in that regard, have always just done anything to just sue each other for the sheer sake of the money. You know, not the actual outcome of the sue. It's just the figures behind it, you know, which is the ultimate goal, because it's all about the money, the money, the money. So yeah, what forget on here? Therapy. Yeah. As I was saying before, like for me, obviously I've got my social network. I do post a lot of stuff on there. I do share a lot of stuff, but I don't necessarily broaden my YouTube content on there because I'm not really wanting or invested in my friends and family to know exactly what I am posting on YouTube, because I want it to hit a larger demographic of people so that it can get an unbiased reaction. So for me, that's most holistic. I find that the most therapeutical outlet for me, and it works best for me. Whatever works best for you, you know, you might find that you prefer your social network as opposed to YouTubing. You might prefer to watch tubers as opposed to actually making YouTube videos yourself. You know, I think YouTube, it can be a very addictive platform. So can social media. You know, I think YouTube and social media technically should be put in the same bracket, really, just different forms of it. But for me, I do get a lot more therapy, I would say, positive therapy, making a YouTube video than I actually do posting a message about my day or my thoughts on my social media feed, you know, because you just get a whole heap of biased opinion instead of an equally proportionate representation about what other people think and what they feel about your topic or your subject or whatever it is that you're talking about that day, you know. So yeah, broader audience as opposed to social network. Well, yeah, I've just covered that. Come on, Byron, get with the programme. I'm throwing the list away, it's gone. Let me put my glasses back on now that I've read the list. Do you want to wear my glasses? Do you want? Well, no, you're not. So yeah, I've just covered that anyway. So that's just like some of my views about YouTube. I think I'll always continue to use it. If you want to watch me, you can. Your choice. I'm not forcing you to. I know that some people do enjoy my content. Some people do like it. They do find me funny. But I can also be a bit of a negative Nancy at times. You know, when it comes to like political discussions, you know, because I do have a heart. I am compassionate, you know, about people, about society, about what is going on in the world. And because of the restrictions, because of the guidelines, in certain areas it doesn't allow you to cover those topics, you know. Which, you know, if you choose to use YouTube as a platform, you have to respect that, you know. There's other platforms that do allow you to express those opinions, so you can go on their websites and post your own opinions on there. You don't have to do it on YouTube, you know. So for all of those that are complaining about it, if you don't like it, get off, you know. Simples. So yeah, that's just my views on YouTube. And this is the 2018. What are we in? February. We're in mid-February 2018 right now. So like I said before, you know, people's opinions do change. You know, 6 months down the line, I might be posting another video which might even contradict or conflict with some of the stuff that I've said today. So watch this space. You never know. You never actually know. But the only way that you're going to find out is if you keep on watching. I'm promoting myself here. I'm doing everything that I've just said that, you know, that other people are doing. Perhaps. Be my judge. So if you want to like, comment, share and subscribe, you're more than welcome to. I'm not forcing you to. I'm not enticing you with a voucher or a coupon. There's other channels that you can get them from if you want to subscribe temporarily or permanently. That's your choice. But yeah, so let's say goodbye now, Molly. I know you're dying. She's dying to go out. I've come home and I've not even got her out yet. But saying that, she had already pooped and urinated all over the hallway as soon as I got in. It's not her fault, bless her. Because my family had been out shopping. So she was a neglected little doggy, wasn't you? Was you left alone whilst we went to the shops? Was you? She was left all alone. Was you doing a Celine Dion all by myself? Yes, was you? Oh. Anyway, we're going to go now. I'm going to go and take her out. So let me know what your thoughts are. I'm sure there's lots of opinions about YouTube going on at the moment. So if you are affected in any way, even if as a viewer, you know, I'm not just, you know, just reaching out to other YouTubers here. I want actually a lot of viewers replying to this video today to see what they think. Just as an outsider, you know, those people who have never made a YouTube video. Let me know what your thoughts are about some of the topics that I've talked about today. Anyway, I'm ranting again, the rant rave. So I'm going to go and say ciao for now, and we'll be back on soon. All the best. Enjoy. Bye-bye.